Hi rabbits, Research Turtle here. Today we are diving into building the machine economy. We are moving beyond simply trading tokens on a screen. We're looking at how to build real, cash-flowing businesses within the DePIN sector, Decentralized Physical Infrastructure Networks. If you've been wondering how to position yourself for the 2025-2026 cycle, this is your blueprint. Let's get started. Let's look at the big picture. We are witnessing a shift from the old world of corporate monopolies to a new world of crowdsourced hardware. Traditionally, infrastructure like telecom towers or energy grids was CapEx heavy and centralized. You were just a consumer. In the DePIN model, ownership is decentralized. You aren't just a user, you are a micro-utility owner. You own the hardware, you provide the service, and you get paid. This brings us to a new asset class, machine real-world assets, or machine RWAs. On networks like Peak, machines now have their own identity, self-sovereign machine identity, SSMI. Imagine a car that has its own wallet. It earns income from rides, signs its own transactions, and automatically distributes dividends to its token holders. You are moving from owning company equity to owning the revenue-generating machine itself. So where do you fit in? Please look at the 5 strategic paths matrix. We've mapped this out based on 2 axes: capital intensity, how much money you need, and operational intensity, how much work you need. Top right, high cost, high effort. That's the fleet manager. Top middle, the distributor, moving hardware. Bottom right, the data broker. Bottom left, low cost, low effort. That's the fractional investor. Far right, the validator, purely technical operations. Let's break these down one by one. First up, the fleet manager. This is for the active operators. A perfect example is Hivemapper. You buy dash cams in bulk, that's your capital, and recruit drivers, that's your labor. You aren't driving the cars yourself, you are managing a fleet. The standard revenue split here is roughly 40% to you, the manager, and 60% to the driver. Your job is logistics and yield optimization, using tools to ensure your drivers are mapping high-value areas. The next path is the distributor. This is the supply chain play. Think of projects like Wingbits or GeoNet. These networks need specialized hardware, and getting it through customs and shipping is a friction point. Your role is the authorized reseller. You solve the logistics, but the real value add is professional installation, roof mounting, and setup. It's a classic picks and shovel strategy. Just be careful of inventory obsolescence. Hardware tech moves fast. Path 3 is the data broker or aggregator. Here's the insight. Individual data, like the noise level from one phone or telemetry from one car, is basically worthless. But if you bundle that data into a massive data set via a data union, it becomes valuable to B2B buyers. Projects like Streamer or Silencio allow you to act as an aggregator, bundling this data and selling it on the open market. If you have capital but zero time, look at the fractional investor. This is the passive owner model. Look at eLoop on the Peak network. You can buy a token representing a share of a Tesla fleet for as little as €100. Smart contracts automatically distribute the rideshare revenue to your wallet. Another example is Panomo, where you invest in grid battery assets. It democratizes access to heavy infrastructure. For the technologists listening, there is the validator. This requires enterprise-grade hardware. We're talking 128 gigabytes of RAM, 24 core CPUs, and massive uplinks. Whether it's Solana or Render Network, you are providing the compute backbone. The model here is node as a service, taking a 5 to 10% commission on delegated stakes. But be warned, the risk of slashing penalties for downtime is real. Why does all this matter right now? Because of the AI plus DePIN convergence. DePIN is the physical supply chain for the AI revolution. AI needs two things: compute from networks like Render and real-world data from networks like Hivemapper. We're forecasting a massive demand shock in the 2025-2026 cycle as these two sectors merge. Before you jump in, let's talk risk. First, regulatory risk. Does your token pass the Howey test? Is it a security? Passive income models are riskier here than active operation models. Second, hardware risk. Theft and obsolescence. You need protocols that have brick features to kill stolen devices remotely. And finally, tax strategy. You need to differentiate between income and capital gains. Using LLCs for OpEx write-offs is crucial for fleet managers. To wrap up, the era of the machine economy is here. You need to decide your role. Are you an operator, a supplier, or an owner? The key takeaway is this: don't just buy the token, own the infrastructure. That's it for today. Turtle out.